in, tailbone long, shoulders out of your ears, lengthen through your spine, pull those ribs down. Reach your fingers long so that you create space between your ears and shoulders. And let's just take a moment and do our little tick-tock shoulder rock. No, this is not the day I rhyme in Seuss for the entire amuse-buse. I'm not. All right, and then let's find that band. And we're going to put that band folded in half. Let's put it around your left foot. And then hold it with your right hand. And it should be pretty tight. Step out and bend your left knee, right? So I'm feeling that quad and that glute already. I'm going to hold my right hand right here. I'm going to turn my left toes in and I'm going to lift a few times. 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to put the toe down and I'm going to either do a bicep curl with my right arm or simply a straight arm raise, feeling my shoulder and working that deltoid. And then of course, we'll put those two together. So right knee is bent the whole time. Left leg is straight. Bicep curl or interior lift for that deltoid, that shoulder muscle, or you can vary those. Toe turned in on that left leg, so you're getting that outer hip. I already feel these. I'm so fatigued already. Good, keep it going. That wasn't positive reinforcement, was it? Last two. Last one, leave everything on challenge and then give me a little pulse. 3, 2, and 1. Keep the band on that left leg, but move it to your left hand. And then we'll lunge even deeper this time into that right leg. And we'll start by bringing that arm forward and that leg up. So we're extending as we do that move forward, thumb forward, getting that front of the shoulder, getting that extension and working still the quad and glute of that right leg since they are in an isometric pattern. Last two and last one. Woo. Leave the band in your left hand. I'm rhyming after all, aren't I? Step into it with your right. Step out, bend that left leg, kind of lunge into it a little bit and turn your right toes in, straight leg. Start with that lift. Then toes go down and then you choose whether you want to do a bicep curl with your left arm or interior raise, thumb leads the way. And then put the two together, your choice. You're working that balance. You're keeping that left leg bent. So opposite leg, opposite arm, palm facing me. So you don't want to be turned in. That creates that internal rotation. We want to be open. So everybody give me one of these. Boom. Open. Yeah. I want to see your palm facing me. There we go. Last two. Last one. Hold it. Everything. This is bent. This is challenged. This is straight. This is lifted. And we reach. 3, 2, and 1. Keep the band in that hand. No, keep the band across that foot and move it to your right hand. Bend into your left leg, bigger lunge this time. And then again, you can either start right away or do leg or arm or both. Two more and relax. All right. Fold that band in half for me and bring your hands a little more than hip distance, maybe about shoulder distance apart. Find that Pilates stance, so make sure that you're not tipped in any direction. You're a nice straight line. Bring your arms straight in front of you and immediately notice if you give me that little bit of a hinge. I'm exaggerating. Straighten your legs. Push your hips over your legs, relax your shoulders out of your ears. Then towards your pinkies, you're just gonna press open and open and open and open. Keep opening and opening, pressing open and open. Arms are right in front of you, not overhead at this point. Ribs are pulled down, so you should feel some ab work. And again, reaching out to the side, out to the side, out to the side, arms right in front of you. Last two, last one, reach out to the side toward your pinkies, bend your elbows, lift your elbows a little higher than your hands, pull up and back and down, up and back and down. The whole time being aware of keeping your ribs in. So we're working those posture muscles, a little bit of tricep. Last two and last one. So just a quick reminder, when you're holding onto the band, try to have your hand, your wrist, and your forearm in a straight line, not dropped here and definitely not cocked like that. So let's come on down. I have all the toys. I have all the toys. All right, and we're going to start with that band behind our hamstrings. Feet stay on the ground. We're going to use our biceps a little bit to hinge back in a roll down and then pull ourselves up. So you can use your biceps as much as you want to or as little, but if you want to kind of be gentle to start with, you use those arms a bit to help you. And we're just doing a really simple one here, right? We're going back on the exhale and then we're inhaling up. Going back on the exhale, inhaling up just one more time. Back on the exhale, inhale up, and then slide your feet back and take your time, articulate one vertebra down at a time. All right, beautiful. Okay, we're going to take that band across both feet, bottom soles of the feet, around the arches, and then extend those legs up. And then I'm going to suggest you wrap your hands once or twice, just so you can bring your elbows down. And we're going to start just a really small, not even a big deal, just a small lower and lift, maybe not even really feeling your abs quite yet, because we're going to be adding on shortly. Last two and last one. Now I want you to turn your toes in and press out against the band and lower your legs and lengthen your tailbone and then press out. Toes turned in, heels pressed out, so you're pigeon-toed. So you feel that outer hip again, 2 and 1. Flip it, heels in, toes out, press out. Feel it differently. It might even come into your quads a little bit as you turn the heels in and the toes out. 3, 2, and 1. Bring that down, no big deal here, and then relax that down. Okay, so those two exercises we'll come back to in a little bit and then add on again. So here we go again. We're going to grab that band. Again, we're going to try and keep our fingers long, our wrist, forearm, and palms in line. And we'll just start with a really simple ab prep. Deep breath in. Exhale to point to the sky. Inhale, arms overhead, and press out with the pinkies. And down on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, press in opposite directions, and exhale down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, press. Exhale, down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, press open. Exhale, down. Just 2 more times. Exhale, lift. Inhale, press. Exhale, down. Last time. Exhale, lift. Inhale, arms overhead, and then band is coming behind your skull. Elbows are coming towards the sky. Try not to drop your chin or press your chin up, and try not to pull on your neck. Neutral spine. And then with those legs, tabletop. Then you're going to extend those legs as if you were doing double leg stretch, but we're going to open a little farther, and then we're going to exhale, knees bend, elbows come up, but again, we're not rounding, right? We're just lifting. And then we open and fold, open and fold. That's an inhale and an exhale, an inhale and an exhale. open and close. Head is moving up and down the tiniest bit, but my chin is not opening and closing. 2 more. On this last one, extend, and then if you want, reach your arms overhead, stretch 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend to your shins, hug it in, take a quick little break for that low back. Then bands are going to go on the front of your right thigh, left leg up in the air. Exhale, lift yourself up. All right, so this is more, instead of single leg stretch, it's more of single leg pull. So I'm going to pull my right knee towards me as I reach my fingers away from me and stretch the left leg, and back, and reach, and back, and reach, and back. So it looks like it's all about the left leg, but it's all about the right leg, right? So I'm reaching my fingers to my ankle as I pull my knee towards me. Your head can stay up, your head can do a slight movement, or it can stay down. It's about the lower body, right? If you want more intensity, you bring your hands closer to you, so you have to stretch more. And stretch, and stretch, and 2, and 1. Hug the knees for a second. Band to the left leg, right leg straight up in the air. We reach and we press, and press, and press, and press. Again, head can be down the whole time. I really feel this one. I hope you guys do too. I'm pressing my thigh against the band, fingers reaching away, and relax. And that band again goes across the shins, take a little rock, and then feet go down. And now we're going to slide our hands. You still have your band folded in half. So one hand goes through that fold, and then the other hand grips the tails, and that goes across your hips, right at your hip flexor. Okay, here we go. All 10 fingertips on the ground. That's your first challenge, to get all 10 fingertips down. Then your wrist might be piped up. Put your wrist down. Then your forearms, your elbows, and mostly your triceps and your shoulders. And that might pop your ribs, so then pull those abs in, tuck your chin, nod your head, yes. Then lift your hips and let your arms come up. Keep lifting your hips till you're in a good bridge, and then press your arms down as if you were doing the 100. Here we go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Again. Your hips are trying to stabilize as much as possible. And relax. So your triceps should have felt some challenge there. This time, hands stay down, along with the wrists, the forearm, the shoulders, etc. Hips lift as much as you can. And then I want you to extend your right leg even with your left, not way up here, out here. And then with your left hip, push up, come down. Push all the way up, go a little higher, come down. Push up, go a little higher, come down. Up, higher, down, up, higher, down. Last one, up, higher, stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and down. Right foot. Lift it up. Press your hands down. Extend that left leg even with your right. Press your right hip higher. Come all the way down. Lift it up. Press higher. Down, up, higher, down, up, higher, down, up, higher, down, up, higher, down, up, higher. One more, down, up, higher. Stay. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a quick break. All right. We're going to come back to that. I'm going to give those triceps a rest, and then we'll come back to putting those two things together in a moment. Before we do that, we're just going to lasso the right foot and put the band in your right hand. And again, you can feel free to kind of wrap it, right? So that your whole arm can get down on the ground, shoulders back and down. Point your right toes for leg circles. Now, I always say when you have the band, it gives us that advantage of being able to make a bigger circle, but with control. So make sure your belly button is in, your hips aren't moving. You are certainly welcome to flex through your left heel and put that left leg on the ground. And again, your option to make bigger circles. Make sure you're reversing your circle every time. So you inhale to start your circle, you exhale to finish it, and then you reverse. Inhale to start, exhale to finish, reverse. And then we'll bend that right knee, we'll untangle, and we'll put the band over the left foot, wrap it around the left hand, point the toe, stabilize through the hips, start your circles, inhaling to start, exhaling to finish, and reverse. Inhale, start, exhale, finish. If and when you want, you flex through the right heel, bring that leg down onto the ground, back of the knee close to the ground, inhaling to start the circle, exhaling to finish. Beautiful. All right, now we get to go back to that bridge and finish it off in the challenging, I think, position. So one hand through that fold, the other hand holding on to the tails of the band. It all goes across your hip flexors. Hands stay down, all 10 fingertips, wrists, forearms, etc. I'm going to lift the hips, let the hands hover, so lift as high as you can. Let's straighten that right leg. All right, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to pulse your arms, 4 or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hips down, lift and pulse, and down, lift, and down, lift, and down, lift as high as you can go. Good, one more time on this leg. Right knee bends, left leg extends, and we pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hips down, lift, pulse. Down, up, down, up, down, up. 2 more. Last time. And relax. All right. Take that band around your right hamstring, hug it in, straighten out your left leg, and just give that right leg a little opportunity to rock side to side, get a little stretch, maybe bring it over towards your left shoulder, get some outer hip, and then stretch the right leg out and bring the band behind the left. And again, a little side to side, maybe ending up with the knee slightly to the right. And then relax, and we're going to put that band across the ankles, use our biceps, elbows wide, rolling like a ball. Exhaling to roll, inhaling to pause. Exhaling to roll, inhaling to pause. And sit up nice and tall. All right, take that band across your feet again. Now, if you have a rounded band that might slip, you're going to, do it across the tops of your feet. If you're okay, it's just behind your arches. Widen the feet, sit up tall, and we're just going to do a little more posture work. My palms are facing up, or you can go thumbs up. Just make sure you're not doing thumbs down. Sitting up on those sit bones, so make sure you're not curled back here. Good, and then leave the arms back, and now you are going to flip the hands, knuckle down, shoulders out of your ears, press down on your hands to hinge forward in that nice flat back. So you might be able to go a little deeper in spine stretch. If your toes turned inward, use those outer hip muscles to press those legs open. All right, keep hold of those feet, bend the knees, and you're going to walk your hands closer to your feet. So you're going to have a really short little grab here, but long tails. And then you're going to lift your legs up. And then you're going to see if you can extend them up and maybe open them up into open leg rocker. Okay. So now we're going to try that rolling and lifting. Exhale to roll. Inhale with control, stop at the top, lift. Exhale to roll. Inhale, pause at the top. Take a moment, good. Exhale to roll one more time. Inhale, pause at the top, and then see if you can slide your hands and get your arms above your head in a V position. And then we'll bend our knees and we'll untangle. Okay, so remember that one, all right? We're gonna do a little outer hip work now. So you're gonna take your band and you're gonna bring it behind your thighs, and I'm gonna suggest as you roll towards me, the fold is in your top hand and you grab the tail with your bottom hand. So that when you come down, you're lying down with your knees and your hips stacked and your knuckle on the ground and you're holding that band. Feet together, press your leg open until it pushes against the band. Make sure you lift your rib cage off the ground. And from there, I want you to push open, 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 open. So it's not full range. We're just keeping the tension on the band the whole time. Good. Now knees come down, heels are going to lift. We're going to push open against the band and then again press, press, press. And relax. Oh, that felt pretty good. Let's do that on the other side. So all I'm going to suggest is that you switch the band so that again, it's easier to hold, to come the top hand through the fold so that you can grab those tails on the bottom side. And then here we are, knuckling down, wrists off the ground, or excuse me, waistline off the ground. Everything is stacked, feet together, leg opens, and then we press open farther and press and press. Good, knees together, heels lift up, press open, and again, press more, and press. And relax. Ooh, all right, we're gonna roll over onto our abs. You're gonna bring that band across your sacrum so that when you lie down, you can, again, grab your band, palms are facing the sky, right? And then first thing I want you to do is lift your right leg, stretch it long, bring it down, toenails down, left leg lifts, stretches, and down. Hands apart, and notice those shoulders are kind of rolled down, so I want you to lift your shoulders off the ground. We're going to pause here for a moment. I want you to just feel what you have to use to keep those shoulders from rolling forward. So find those muscles, keep them engaged, and then lift the hands, no tension yet. Then push your pinkies away, roll your shoulders out of your ears, and that should lift you up. Try to lift your kneecaps and your belly button, but keep your toes down and your pubic bone down, head in line with your spine. Roll your shoulders out of your ears a little more. Rotate the pinkies towards the ceiling and then come down. All right, inhale. Exhale, lift the shoulders. Press down through the fronts of the feet. Lift up. Roll those pinkies to the sky with a little bit of tension and down. Inhale. Roll, lift, exhale. Pinkies to the sky and down on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lift, 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 roll, inhale, hold. Two more, bring it down. Exhale, lift, roll, inhale, hold, and one more time. And we lift, roll, extend, hold. From here, keep lifting through those shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades together, reaching your fingers towards your feet, and then relax. And from there, we'll press back in our resting position. So sit back, hips on your heels, arms in front or by your sides. You can make little fists to give yourself more space. And then as you come up, let's take that band underneath the armpits and across the shoulders. And then give yourself some space here. So I have a little tension. I want you to notice if you're here and just tuck your hips for a second and pull your ribs down and extend your arms in front. But try and do this without being in a serpentine position. Just a little bit of chest work, a little bit of thigh work as you do this. If you've got those hips tucked under. Last two, last one. Bring it down, walk it forward, thumbs rotate towards the ceiling and come all the way down. So make sure your hands are apart. We're going to go into our plank. Pinky fingers stay on the ground. If you're coming onto the fronts of your thighs, that's one option. Make sure you tuck. If you're coming onto your toes, that's another option. And now, without moving your hips very much, I want you to push your shoulder blades against the band. Press, press, press against the shoulder blades. Push. My hips might appear to be lifting a little bit, but it's all about pressing against that band. Push, push, and relax. All right. Untangle and come up to a seated position. Let's leave that right leg in front and the left leg off to the side. And then you're going to grab your band. And if you're a little tipped, I want you to lift up and pull your glutes out from under you so you can sit a little taller. And then this leg, just whatever's comfortable really. So you kind of play with that where that needs to be. And we'll do single band because this is more about the movement than the band. Press your arms against it and roll over to your right, but not so far, oops, that you crash, right? Just as far as you can go to your right, challenge, and then come up. Up and over, and challenge. Now, if you want to play with it, bring your hands a little closer and see what happens when your arms are a little more overhead. It's up to you. You can stay as far apart as you want, or you can come into more of an I position. Try and get your head straight up so band goes behind your head or over your head, way up here. Yeah, there you go. So V with your arms better. Get that neck long. Yeah, and then over to your right or whichever leg is in front of you. And then let's come back up. You should have felt that all the way down, obliques and that hip. And now let's switch it up. Left leg in front, right leg off to the side. And again, you might want to, oops, lift up. And then you go as wide as you want to, but not down here, right? It needs to be a V, arms overhead. And then we tip to the left, challenge, 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 and then back up. Tip to the left, and then back up. Again, you can add more challenge by choking up on that band, getting your hands closer together. How far can you go? How low can you go without falling over? If you do fall over, I love that. That means you're challenging yourself, right? So a couple more here. And then we'll sit up. And then we're just going to bend both knees. So we're back in our roll down position. All right, so back to kind of what we were doing at the beginning of class. We'll go ahead for this first round. We'll fold the band, and in a minute, we'll change that up. We're going to exhale, hinge back. We're going to hold this time, shoulders out of the ears, pull the abs in, and then we're going to roll on up. So we're going to exhale to hinge back. We're going to inhale to hold. We're going to exhale to roll up. We're going to do one more like that, and this is always going to be your home base. And come up. If you're ready for the next level, legs come in tabletop. We roll back as far as you want to go. We roll up, but check out where your knees are. You're going to put them above your hips, and you're going to leave them there, right? So I'm not kicking my feet away. My legs aren't going straight. I'm trying to keep my knees right above my hips. And next time you come up, stay there. Then lift your thumbs towards the sky, fingers towards the sky also. as if you're trying to do sort of a shoulder lift here. Oh, that feels good. And then see if you can lower your legs and lift them up. Lower your legs and lift them up. Try and do it without your torso moving, right? So toes go down and up, down and up, down and up. One more time, down and up. And we're taking a break. Straighten those legs out, grab the backs of the hamstrings, give me a little hinge, and then you get to slump. So round that low back, mid back, upper back, reach for your feet, and then roll it on up. Okay, well, now comes the more challenging levels of that, right? So now we're going to put that band across the soles of the feet. Here's the good news, it's just a single band. It's not going to make life too much better, but, and we'll choke up again. So we're going to get that close to our feet, and then we're going to come to here. And we're going to try and keep our feet above or just a little ahead of our hips. And we're going to try and roll up to them, right? Keeping the legs as much as possible where they are. So you really want to have a very close grip, right? So it's not a rocking motion. It's a leg stay as best as possible where they are. And I lift and lower myself to those legs. All right, you probably figured out what's coming next. Leave your body, the upper body where it is, lift and lower the legs. And take a break. Well, we all know what's coming next. Not a roll, not a rock and roll. It's the opposite pretty much. I'm going to start from a straight line and go into a V, so teaser. So we exhale to lower, we inhale to prepare, we exhale, come up in that V, we hold at the top on an inhale, and we exhale to lower. Inhale, exhale to lift, inhale, hold, exhale down. Inhale, prepare, exhale, up in your teaser, hold it, exhale down. Give me two more, and then we're all going to meet at the top. A lot of people call this a V up. It's teaser from Pilates. And on this next one, I want you up. I want your arms as far overhead as possible. I want your legs as high as possible, not out and down here. Think V, not L, right? Lift, reach, hold, bring them up, bring them up, bring them up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Nice job. All right. Lie down. We're going to stretch out those hip flexors a little bit. They weren't meant to work, but they may have. So feet go wider than your mat. Let's drop the right leg in, right knee in, left leg opens, and just relax into that. Feel that stretch on the right hip flexor, a little bit on the right side of your low back. And then rotate everything back through center. Take a moment and then drop your left knee in. Let your right leg drop open. Feel that stretch on the front of your left hip flexor and quad. And then back up. And we'll do that one more time at that nice easy pace. Right leg drops in, left leg drops open. And then back again, left knee in, right leg open. And then just do a couple with a breath. Inhale, drop, exhale, lift. Inhale, drop, other way, exhale, lift. And then one more time each way. Beautiful. All right. We are going to manage to bring ourselves up, back over onto our hands and knees for a little bit more spine extension. All right, so for me, it depends on how long your band is. You might not have to do this. I'm going to put my band between my big toe and my second toe and hope that they can hold it. Put that on your right foot, right foot. Bring the band behind you into your left hand, over your left shoulder. So my right foot has the band and my left hand. Then come down, kind of on all fours, except left hand can stay up. And when you're ready, stretch out your right leg and see if it's going to be able to hold that band. You may even, you know what, you can do a toe loop, right? Loop that around your big toe. Yeah, you're not going anywhere now. And then when you're ready, lift your left arm up. So spinal extension, bird dog. When you're ready, we're going to tap and lift. This is subtle, depending on how tight your band is, but we're going to do about 10 more of these. And I hope that eventually you're going to feel your right glute and maybe right low back engaging a bit. And then just hold, reach, stretch, and relax. All right. You're going to loop your left big toe, or however, again, if you have a longer band, you might not need to do that. Okay. And then that band comes behind you into your right hand. Come down, extend that left leg. Make sure you've got that band, and then the right arm. And you can just hold your bird dog, or you can tap and lift. Almost there. And relax. So working the back side of that body. And one more for extension. We are going to fold the band in half again and come down onto our abs. All 10 toes on the ground, toenail side down. And, you know, decent tension on your band, maybe shoulder width apart. Pull your belly button in, lengthen your legs, lift your kneecaps, deep breath in. Exhale, press yourself up, and on the inhale, reach, and on the exhale, squeeze, open, squeeze. So it's kind of like breaststroke, but we're just doing that same upper back work we were doing earlier. You can bring your elbows out as much as works for you. Exhaling to pull back, inhaling to pull back, exhaling to dive. Inhale, pull, exhale, dive. One more time, inhale, pull, exhale, relax. Bend those knees, let's windshield wiper. And then finally, legs nice and wide apart. Feet come together, knees stay wide. We're going to undulate a cat-cow here. No, this isn't the one where you have to meow yet. Soon. Beautiful. All right. Now let's spin on over onto our spine and use this band to help us get some really nice stretch. So band is going to go across the sole of your right foot, maybe across the arch. Again, double it up if you feel more secure that way. Right hand is holding on, shoulder out of your ear, left knee is bent. Slide the right elbow down until it rests on the ground. Just can't help myself from rhyming today. Let the right leg drop open and the left leg drop the opposite way. Maybe give yourself a couple point flexes while you're over there. Good. And then use your left hand to grab the band and pull it back through center. At this time, you're going to straighten your left leg, flex through the heel, and we're going to grab the band with both hands and pull down until the right knee is snug up against us. Right thigh on the ribs. And you might even see if you could scoot the band to the ball of the foot. If that feels slippery, don't do that. Now, press the heel up and start to straighten the leg and get a pretty intense hamstring stretch here. And then let's point the toe and then pull the toes back and the ball of the foot back and the heel up. So we're going to go ball of the foot, toes, toes back, ball of the foot back, heel presses, ball of the foot up, toes up. And then we're going to hold on to that band with the left leg. We're going to turn the toe in and start to travel a little bit to the left keeping the hip down until you start to feel that whole outer hip into your IT band. And then we'll just bend the left elbow and let that leg hang in space and get that deeper stretch. And then you're going to bend that right knee, slide the band off, put the right foot on the ground next to the left thigh, and let it spin open. So passive figure 4. Drag your left heel along the ground, reach around, and bring that band behind the left hamstring. Use your right elbow to push that right leg open. Take a little rock side to side. And now you're going to roll by pulling that leg in using the band. You can do this with a straight left leg or not. You could get a little flex as you come up and a little point as you go down. So my tailbone is moving, but it's changing the angle of that stretch every time. Good. Last time, tailbone down. How close can you bring the leg? Keep the tailbone flat. Untangle, cross the knee, drop the left foot. So you're crisscrossed right at the knees. Use that band on the front of the left shin, hug it in, deepen that stretch. And then finally, knees drop left. Use your left elbow, bring everything back through center, straighten your right leg, straighten your left. If we have succeeded, that right leg feels a little more open, maybe longer. So let's even up by bending the right knee, lasso your left foot either across the arch or the ball of the foot, totally up to you. And then let's bring that left elbow onto the ground so the leg can hang in space, right leg opens. And again, you might point flex a couple times here. And then help out with your right hand, bring it back through center, flex through the right heel, straighten it out, bend the left knee so it comes in right up against you. And then we're going to straighten that leg, pretty intense stretch, then point the toes. Toes come back, ball the foot comes back, heel presses up, ball the foot up, toes back, ball the foot presses, heel presses, and one more time like that. And then we'll bring that band into the right hand, slip it down a little bit, toe turns in, start to travel towards the right side of your body. So your outer shin, your IT band, your outer hip, they're all getting a nice stretch. Right elbow rests, and then left leg can hang in space. And then you'll bend that left knee, de-lasso, left foot on the ground, and pivot open. Bend that right knee, drag it in, and then lasso it. And again, we'll use our biceps. You can straighten the leg or not. And then you're going to pull in and press away. I'm pointing and flexing, maybe using that left elbow to open that left side a little deeper. When you come closer, you should feel a deeper stretch. Pause anywhere you want to feel this a little more. Good. And then hold it in. Tailbone long, leg as close as possible. Then you're going to slide the left leg across, drop the right foot, and bring the band across the right shin to deepen that crisscross stretch. Pull it down and pull it up and in. And then finally, let the knees drop to the right. And then right elbow brings everything back through center. We're going to meet on our hands and knees, however you want to get there. On your way, you can unmute yourselves if you'd like to join in with our cat-cow Halloween time sounds. Here we go. All right, from that last cow position, slide your hands a little ahead, come up high plank, and then hips up, pike backwards, down dog. Maybe put your heels down on the ground, pedal it out a little bit, drop your head, not yes and shake no, whatever would feel good to you. And then last chance, we're going to bend our knees a whole bunch. We'll do one more cat-cow. And bring it on up, neutral spine. Thank you guys very much. And let's finish out our trivias.